Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not on this little gem right here. This is the Huda Beauty Foundation. I think it's called the Faux Filter Foundation. They just came out with this a few days ago actually, and I was super intrigued because this had a lot of hype, and not only a lot of hype, but like it came with a really large color range, which was pretty awesome. And I know she spoke about how she devoted a lot of time into preparing for this, which is also another really cool thing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. But nonetheless, I'm super excited. The packaging is like plastic though. Like it looks like it's glass, but it's plastic. I was kind of intrigued. It reminds me a lot of like NARS and stuff. It comes with a pump and everything, which is pretty cool. So we're just gonna hop right into that. It just says that this is, does it say? High coverage cream foundation, effortless application, camouflages imperfections and pigmentation, soft focus filter matte. So I'm excited to try this. So what we're gonna be doing is we're literally just going to spray our face with a little bit of my First Aid Beauty spray. Oh, this feels so refreshing. Like incredibly refreshing. And then I forgot to moisturize when I was in my room, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some Vaseline Intensive Care Essential Healing. And I love the smell of this. In some way, some form, this scent doesn't irritate my skin, which is pretty good. Because some scents really just don't work for me. We can go ahead and apply our primer. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty. This is no surprise. I've been using this nonstop. This is the only primer I really love lately. I do want to try more primers out because I feel like there's a lot in the market. So I will be trying a few other primers out in the next few weeks. But this is just taking the full cake for me because I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna just go into the foundation. So I am in the color Baklava 340G. I love Baklava. My sister, she's my half sister, but she's like my sister. Like I don't care, she's my sister. And her mother is from Turkey, and then we have the same dad, and like they have the best baklava. She just came back from Turkey like a few weeks ago, and she brought us baklava, and I was like crying. I was like, this is where I break my diet for good. Let's see how this baby does on our skin. I'm just gonna dot it. It feels like a nice creamy consistency. It doesn't feel like it's too runny, but it does feel good. And I did order this online because my local Sephora does not have this. I actually checked a bunch of times and I did not see it, so I just went ahead and ordered it. And you guys really requested this foundation in my last worth the buy, or why do I keep messing it up? In my last worth the buy or not video, you guys really requested it. So I was like, you know what? I have this and it's time for me to film. Okay. It has like a scent. It kind of, to me, it kind of smells like vanilla. Like a vanilla scent, but it's very, very subtle. It's not like a crazy, like, you know, crazy fragrancy scent. It looks really good. I think with one layer, I'm honestly good. I'm so over like the over application of layers that I think this foundation, if it like once you feel like you're satisfied with the coverage, I feel like that's where you should stop and be like, okay, we're good. This foundation is doing really good of working well with the Beauty Blender. It's not absorbing too much of the product. You can still see that the foundation is, you know, really looking good on the skin. It doesn't look blotchy or anything. I feel like it looks really, really nice. It does look like a faux filter from what I'm seeing right now. Now this foundation doesn't claim to be a matte foundation or anything. I think it's more aiming towards like it giving you a really like gorgeous, just even that complexion, something that looks like a faux filter, you know what I mean? Like those Instagram filters that you like dream of being all the time, the ones that just smooth out your complexion and make you look you know, beautiful when you just woke out of bed. So you can see the big difference. I think color-wise, it's pretty good. I feel like maybe it's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit lighter. It could be a tiny, tiny bit darker to be like completely matched. But with my neck, I feel like it looks good. And I do feel like it's getting a tiny bit darker. Now that we're moving into the winter, I feel like it's gonna be the perfect shade for me because I still have that tan from the summer. So this tan is gonna go away really soon. So I think that's good. So now we're just gonna move into the brush. Okay, so for brush, I'm just gonna be using my F80 Kabuki. It's shedding so much, but I've been trying to wait it out because I love that F80 Kabuki. You know, you have those brushes that you just can't let go of and you're like, I need this brush in my life. I feel like I just can't let go of this one. This one carried me through a long time of my makeup game, so I just don't want to let it go yet. Okay, so let's move on to this. Holy coverage. It's a full coverage foundation, as you can see, because it covered that redness immediately. But it's more of like a lightweight consistency full coverage, where it's not one of those thick foundations where you feel like, oh my gosh, it's like super duper thick. I feel like it's just the perfect feel on the skin. And I think that's important because I think a lot of times when we aim for full coverage foundations, they can be really thick, and I feel like this one doesn't feel so thick, but it definitely feels creamy when you pump it out. Honestly, I would prefer to apply it with a sponge. I feel like with the brush, it kind of sheared out the product, maybe because the brush stroke was a little bit more intense on the skin. And that usually doesn't happen when I use a foundation, but with the brush, it usually either go really well or it'll go really bad. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but I feel like it sheared it out a little bit. Like right here, you can still see some redness. So I personally would go in with the Beauty Blender because I feel like it applies it prettier. So the foundation is on, it's looking really good. Let's just go ahead and kind of look into our skin. Perfect, so it's not clinging onto any of my skin. It looks like a very soft matte though. Like I must say, like it does give me like a soft matte. Now it doesn't claim on the packaging anywhere that it's a matte foundation. It says it works for all different types of skin tones. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and then I'll be right back to let you guys know how it works with my products, and then we can go ahead and start our day and see if this foundation is worth the bucks or not. Okay, so I am back and I finished my entire face. I did something pretty simple. I didn't want to do like too intense because I felt like I just wanted to keep it every day. I just go ahead and use some shadows from my Subculture palette, which is one of my favorite palettes, even though a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. So I just did kind of like a halo eye, and then I just did mascara. I was like, I'm not putting lashes on. I just want to my natural lashes. My natural lashes have actually been getting a little bit longer, so that is great. And then I just did some brows. I put on some bronzer, which blended out very nicely with my makeup. It didn't like start to blotch or start to like take off some of the foundation, so that looks good. What I like about this product is that it literally looks really good on the skin. It's not clinging onto any of my textures. It looks smoothed out. I do feel like I'm getting that like faux filter finish where like it looks like my skin just looks smoothed. So that's really good. I was noticing a little bit of texture in some areas, but I feel like now that the foundation has set after like a good 45 minutes, I feel like it looks really nice. So that's a plus. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just go ahead and get my day started, and then I will be back and give you guys an update on how this is wearing so that we can see if it is worth purchasing or not. So I'll be back. I really like how it looks. Like it looks really nice. Yes. Okay, so I am back. It is now 10:22 p.m. at night, and I can't believe it's been this long. It's literally been like an entire day of wearing this foundation, and I think I have some really good thoughts. I love how it looks. I feel like it literally like held up really well. Like yes, I am oily in this part, but it wasn't until around like 6:30 p.m. when I started to notice it get more oily. This is super impressive for my skin type to not be so oily right now. And like, I'm really impressed. It didn't transfer at all. I was eating hot soup and I was kind of sweating, and it was still stayed on really good. So I must say I am really impressed with the Huda Beauty foundation. I think that the color now, like, I feel like it's pretty good. I think it's a great color for my skin complexion. I'm gonna keep this color. Definitely gonna keep this foundation. I feel like it really impressed me. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. I honestly feel like with Huda Beauty products, it's really a hit or miss with people. Like, some people really like her products, some people don't like them at all. Lashes, palettes, foundation, I feel like it can be one of those things where it really depends on your preference. But for me, this is really impressive. And the awesome thing with this is that literally the only places that got oily were right here, like where my nose is, and that's pretty typical, but not even my smile lines got that oily. So you can literally just blot that and you can see the huge difference. And then just blot a little bit here, and then it literally looks fine. Color selection is on fleek. Like, I can tell with the formula and how this wore the entire day that the people behind this foundation really took their time to make sure that this foundation was great. I feel like right now they have a really good starting point, and I feel like that's awesome. So I have to say, Huda Beauty, you did the damn thing this time. Really proud. I feel like it's always a really like highly anticipated thing when people come out with a brand new foundation, because I feel like foundation is a top thing that people like want to know about and gravitate towards automatically. So I feel like when a brand comes out with their first foundation, that's when everybody's like, oh my god, is it going to be good? And I feel like Huda Beauty really did well. So super proud of her, super proud of her team, because I know they devoted a lot of time. I can imagine that creating a foundation that can really fulfill a lot of different people takes a lot of time, energy, sweat, blood, tears. It takes everything. I can only imagine, and I dream of one day creating my own foundation. That's like my ultimate dream, because I feel like I've worked with so many foundations that I feel like I can create some bomb foundation one day, which I'm praying one day, God, please let me create my own foundation. If you put it out there, it will come back to you. So let's just put that out there into the universe. But yeah, I feel like this foundation really blew me away. So I keep repeating myself. I keep saying it's great. So now it's time for you to go check it out. So I really definitely recommend you checking out the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. So if you guys enjoyed watching this worth the buy or not video, then please go ahead and thumbs this video up so I can continue doing these. And also, if you guys have any other suggestions for foundations you want me to review in the next few weeks, please go ahead and let me know. Just so you guys know, I do have the Jouer foundation review that's gonna go up probably next week sometime, as long as I receive it in the time frame. But I have, don't worry, I'm on that one. I think there's a few other foundations coming out in the next few weeks. I think BH Cosmetics, or there was one brand that's not too expensive that has a foundation coming out, so I will make sure that I get on that too. But if you guys have any more recommendations, please go ahead, let me know. I will be doing a video on like my top favorite foundations. So that's coming soon. I've been seeing your requests, but I just feel like I want to make sure I pull together the best list, the best, most authentic list to me, something that I feel like I genuinely like love. So that will be coming soon, no worries. I have a lot of stuff planned for you guys. Don't ever think that your suggestions for videos don't go noticed, because I do look into them. I just have so much piled up that I'm filming that I just have to make sure I get everything in there. So no worries. And that being said, I hope that you guys have a great evening, and I will be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.